to Coastal Living. We are still very much being mindful of our health and wellness all year long, not just as a resolution, but as a healthy habit. Am I right? So we're going to keep giving knowledge that we can share to help you have a better mentality about your health and wellness. With that said, we have the doctor in the house today. We're going to talk to you about the various reasons you should join a club, not a nightclub, a fitness club, and we'll give you some inspo on that. Plus, we'll talk about hidden sugars in some of the drinks you may enjoy. So we've got a lot to cover and so much more. Thanks for joining us. It's Coastal Living.
It's found in foods like cakes, ice cream, and many other sweet treats. But added sugar is also found in things you drink, and experts say consuming too much sugar is a big problem in the U.S.
Most of that sugar doesn't come from what we eat, it's in what we drink.
In the U.S., adults and young adults ingest about 17 teaspoons of added sugar on an average day. That's more than 2 to 3 times the recommended daily allowance. Besides the extra calories, recent research reveals even one serving of sugary drinks a day can put you at higher risk for heart disease, says Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
It's no surprise that the American Heart Association recommends water as the best thing to drink throughout the day.
Drinks that contain a lot of sugar include sodas, sports drinks, energy drinks, and fruit-flavored beverages. So how can you help yourself opt for water instead? Gupta says to try carrying a water bottle with you at all times for easy access. And to stay hydrated, make sure you drink before you feel thirsty.
Want to make it more appealing? Try adding slices of fruit for flavor or a splash of 100% juice. Put that in plain sparkling water.
For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
Getting into a fitness routine can be very challenging. Whether you're trying to pick up where you left off or you're just starting for the first time, finding the motivation and confidence to walk into a gym is often the hardest part. I'm here to give you a little inspiration on where to start and what's available out there. Let's start with gym memberships. You have quite a few options around town, and many of these gyms offer a variety of amenities at each membership level. Gyms like Crunch Fitness, Freedom Fitness, and Planet Fitness all offer a range of price options to cater to your needs and the services that you believe that you'll use. Some locations offer childcare, red light therapy, hydro massages, group training, and more. If you enjoy a cold dip and a lap pool, Athletic Club would likely be your best bet. Don't forget to support private gyms and trainers as well. Many of the aforementioned gyms offer personal training, plus there's a wide selection of independent trainers around town. Just do your research, hop online, and find the trainer that best suits your needs. Be sure to check their credentials, especially if you have any injuries. Your other option when it comes to a membership is sticking to one particular style. We have everything in Corpus Christi, from yoga and Pilates studios to group training like F45 and Orange Theory, and even 24-hour studios like HotWorks that utilize infrared sauna rooms to maximize your results and offer short, intense workouts. Downtown Run Club and Safe Fun Fit happen every week downtown. Run Club is on Wednesdays and Safe Fun Fit is on Saturdays. At the end of the day, it's about finding a form of exercise that you enjoy. Having a group or person hold you accountable is a total plus. So here's to a great year of bettering your health through exercise and proper diet, so we can all live long and healthy lives.
Wouldn't it be nice to get away to the beach for a little R&R right about now? Of course it would, and with that would come lots of great food. Well, maybe we can't get to the beach, but the dish we're whipping up today will certainly make us feel like we're there, and it comes together in no time. We saute some chopped garlic in a bit of olive oil till it's golden. Just make sure you keep an eye on it, because you can go from golden to burnt in no time. Now we add in a couple cans of chopped clams, yep, with the juice and all, a bit more clam juice, some chopped parsley, and a few seasonings that we have right in our pantry. While that simmers, we cook up a pound of linguine, and after we drain it, we top it with the clam sauce, and dinner is ready. And if you really want to go to town, how about steaming a few fresh clams to top this off with to make it even more beach-worthy? Either way, when you serve up steaming bowls of this, topped with some grated Parmesan cheese, get ready for the taste of summer. So what do you say you grab your flip-flops, a straw hat, and the recipe for our seashore linguine so you can have a midwinter getaway without leaving the house? I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a summary way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
The doctor is in the house. I am here with Dr. Alexander at South Texas Brain and Spine Center, and to date we've been able to elaborate a little bit more on some issues that many of us deal with, whether it be pain in your extremities or any type of a tumor or discomfort that you haven't found a solution for. There are solutions, and they're right here at South Texas Brain and Spine. With that said, I think many of us experience numbness and tingling in parts of our body that we never even think twice about because we just assume that it has to do with aging or maybe sleeping the wrong way. But today I'm here with Dr. Alexander to talk about numbness and tingling in your upper extremities. Is that right? What could be the cause of that?
So it can be many different causes. So if the symptoms are persistent and recurrent or all the time, you should be more alarmed about it. So in cervical radiculopathy, you get numbness and tingling that distributes down your arm in a certain pattern. It has weakness, has numbness, decreased reflexes. If patients are really advanced, it can cause problems with walking. They feel like they're drunk walking. It can cause bowel and bladder dysfunction. So this is a model of the cervical spine. There are 7 different segments, and these are the discs that's in between. Again, it allows you to have shock absorbing movement of your neck, and the disc can cause pressure on the nerve root, and that's what causes the pain down in your fingers or arms. And then typically we usually recommend, if it's conservative, it's not very large, we do injections with pain management, we have you do physical therapy, try anti-inflammatories, muscle relaxers, those type of modalities, and then we usually keep surgery as the last option, unless you have a major like weakness, numbness, those type of things. Everyone has this fear of surgery, but it's not a major surgery, so say that we fail conservative treatment, we need surgery, typically we make an incision from the front. The disc is anteriorly. Everyone thinks the neck is way back posteriorly, but actually the disc is anteriorly, so we remove the disc. Depending on the patient's age and the amount of deterioration, sometimes we go over, take out the disc and put a cadaver graft on a plate. It's called an anterior cervical discectomy infusion. In a younger patient, sometimes if it's isolated 1 to 2 levels, we can take out the disc and put an artificial disc replacement. Not everyone's, everyone wants, is not a candidate for both, so it depends on what we see and what the symptoms are.
Okay, and for something like this, of course you mentioned, yes, we're all scared of any type of surgery, especially if it has to do with our spine. What are the risk factors with that? What does recovery look like?
Most patients do pretty well. So usually one day overnight stay in the hospital. Typically I don't use a neck brace. Some spine doctors will use neck braces. As long as you have good bone quality, you don't have to wear a neck brace. Takes, depending on how many levels you do and what you do, it might take about an hour and a half to 2. The risk overall are there, any type of surgery. Risk of dying is about 1%. Spinal cord injury, paralysis, weakness is 1 to 2%. Whenever you go from the front, you're going to expect problems swallowing, your voice to be hoarse. It's just the approach and being intubated, and the infection means 1%. So the risks are there, but again, we want to prevent chronic damage to your nerve that you can recover and lead a functional life. Once you have surgery, the goal is to get back to normal life in 6 to 12 weeks and forget you had surgery.
Okay, and then after that, the rest is history. Are we at a higher risk of getting this problem again in a different part of our spine, or should we be good?
Well, typically people, the reason they get to this state is from either abusing their body, getting in accidents, so you have to kind of change your lifestyle a little bit and try and alter what you can. Some people can't. If you work in the refinery, it's very, very hard on your body. They pay you a lot, but then it really abuses your body, so it puts you at a higher risk for having further problems.
It's finding that balance, right? But ultimately taking care of your body, paying attention to the signs and symptoms that you carry, and not being so stubborn that you won't go and seek professional help. So visit your doctor, contact our friends here at South Texas Brain and Spine Center, and make sure you find a solution for whatever that pain may be. If it feels weird, give it some attention and find a solution. Definitely mention that Coastal Living sent you when you give them a call. Thank you.
Coastal Living's Doctor in the House is paid for by South Texas Brain and Spine Center.
Don't go anywhere. We're off to a great start, but we have so much more to come. When we return, we'll be visiting with our friends at Allison Flooring America to talk about the latest trends for 2025 in flooring. And I'll give you a hint, history repeats itself. So if you want to see what's trending for 2025, stay with us. We'll be back with more. It's a new year, which means a lot of new hot trends in fashion and, of course, the interior of your home. I know I have recently gotten the itch to redo my whole place, right? But one step at a time. And speaking of steps, your floor might be where you want to start. I have Miss Sandy here from Allison Flooring America to talk about the latest trends. You just came back from a big event, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Convention was held in Florida, which would be a nice place to be, but not right now. I heard it's snowing there. But anyway, so yes, and the trends, the color forecasts that are happening coming into 2025 is embracing our roots. Going back to our natural tones that we grew up with, our grandmothers had in their homes. Gunstock being that classic color that, you know, even now I have customers that have come in having those old 2-inch planks. Gunstock is the color. Trying to come up with something that matches with that, or moving into finding the same thing again.
Okay.
So yes, it's happening. We're seeing little bits trickling in. South Texas, we sometimes don't get those trends early on, but we are seeing it. It's starting to occur.
Okay, which means if you want to be hip, do it now so you're not late to the party, right?
Get on the trend now, baby.
Exactly. And these are some examples of those shades that are coming back?
That's right. And so our showroom, the display is going to be changing a little bit, adding some more of those new warm colors. Because we've grown up in this past years with those wonderful, cool grays, coastal grays that we love. But now we're going to see these trickling in of these warm tones, these brown, gold, earthy tones. Again, new colors that are here, but again, embracing all those new roots, earth tones, warm tones. But how you can still use those and complement them with what you may have in your home right now.
Exactly.
And again, your natural tone, if this was a paint color, seeing how that could beautifully go with this grays and browns, or just moving into that earthy gunstock color. Again, this beautiful gray here with, again, very earthy, a slate look in a vinyl tile.
Yes, which
and
is
then
very durable.
it looks absolutely wonderful. Again, if you do have some blues, how that gray does go great with these earth tones, and yet still that gray is happening.
Yep. And if you do have those creamier, some of y'all were like not getting on that gray wagon, and that's absolutely fine, because if you do have some of these creamy tones in your house, again, it's going to be really versatile. It's going to flow across all of these colorways, right? So I love this for us, and you all have kind of a special right now.
Oh, that's right. It's absolutely exciting. So we're doing a promo all about rugs, hugging a rug.
I love it.
And I always love hug a rug idea. So we're doing a promo where we've got these wonderful 2x3 mock-ups of large rugs, and we're going to give those away for every $500 purchase. So if you buy $1,000 worth of stuff, you get 2 little doorway kind of entry rugs, or one for the kitchen, one for the bathroom kind of things.
Yes, well, they always do a great job here at Allison Flooring America, so stop by, take advantage of the deals, hop into these trends for 2025, and who knows how long these will last, right? These should be pretty timeless. We're obviously revisiting these colors,
Very
so
classic.
Grandma, Mom, they had it right, okay? If you hesitated to redo your home, you might already be living here and you're in a good space, but stop by Allison Flooring, take advantage of the great deals, and as usual, don't forget to mention Coastal Living sent you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
If you've ever looked down at your floors and thought, ooh, how does it get dirty so fast? You're not alone. Keeping your floors clean, especially if you have vinyl or laminate floors, can feel like a never-ending task. But today, I have some simple tips to make that easier and safer for you and your home. First, let's talk about the #1 way to keep dirt from spreading, and this is the trend, removing your shoes at the door. Why? Because it works. It sounds simple, but if you think about it, every time you walk outside, you're tracking in dirt, oils, and even chemicals from the street. So if you make the habit of taking your shoes off before entering, you prevent all of that grime from getting into your home in the first place. You can try adding a cozy rug or a shoe tray near the door to make it easier. However, you do have to 100% commit if this is going to work. Now, once the dirt is in, what's the best way to clean it? So for vinyl and laminate floors, you want to use a gentle, non-toxic cleaner that won't damage the finish or leave behind harmful residues. Avoid harsh chemicals like ammonia or bleach. You may have to leave the Fabuloso, I'm so sorry, but those can strip the surface. Instead, look for products that are biodegradable and plant-based. Things like Castile soap, white vinegar diluted in water are products labeled as green or eco-friendly. A microfiber mop is also a game changer. These mops trap dirt and dust more effectively than traditional mops, and they don't require harsh chemicals. You just dampen the mop with a bit of water and your eco-friendly cleaner, and you're good to go. If you have any stubborn areas, you can try using a soft bristled brush with warm water and a few drops of that Castile soap. It's great for lifting grime without scratching or damaging the surface. And I've got one more tip for you. It's important to avoid excess moisture, especially with vinyl and laminate floors, because they don't love being soaked. There's little crevices in between and you don't want water to get between there. So make sure your mop isn't too wet. By making these small changes, like taking off your shoes, choosing the right products, and using the right tools, you can keep your floors looking spotless without all those toxic chemicals hanging around. Clean floors, clean air, and peace of mind, you can't beat it.
If you have buildup like this in your showers, worry not and don't let yourself feel bad. This happens, life happens, and it's totally okay. I'm going to show you all this really great DIY recipe. You probably have these ingredients lying around your home. Dish soap, distilled white vinegar, a little water, and a microfiber towel. You're going to do equal parts water and distilled white vinegar, so I went about halfway with my water, halfway with the vinegar, and you want to leave a little bit of space for your dish soap. The recipe called for a teaspoon, but I misread and I went for about a tablespoon, and I'll tell you right now, it didn't make a huge difference. It definitely didn't disrupt the outcome of this solution. So mix it gently, get to work, spray it all over the shower. I went pretty heavy on this one, especially there on the door. That's where everything hits, and we had a ton of buildup there. As you can see, just those little corners and stuff really have been neglected and needed some TLC. So I actually went ahead and experimented by putting this everywhere. I put it on the granite, I put it on the tile, and I even put it on some of the fixtures as well, hoping for some good results. You can see those white kind of calcium deposits or whatever that stuff is. We've all got it. So you're going to set your timer for 15 minutes, go grab yourself a snack, check out your Netflix show, and come back to it when you're ready. Grab a dry microfiber cloth and look at this magic. Look at this sorcery, guys. I was not expecting this to work so well. I thought it would require a lot more work on my end. Some areas did require a little bit more elbow grease, but all in all, this was such a quick fix solution, and I'll tell you, I'm about a week out of trying this, and my results are still there. Now, post, just for maintenance, you want to, especially if you have this much glass, keep a squeegee on hand and just squeegee every time before you get out of the shower. That will prevent you from having to do this as often. But this is something I'm going to keep in my household for the rest of my days. I will pass this down to my children. This was such a great remedy. It works on mirrors as well, and look how clean that glass is. I am amazed at the results. I want y'all to try this at home and let me know what you think. We had a successful DIY adventure.
As TV streaming prices continue to climb, you may be wondering if it's cheaper to just go back to cable at this point. So we're looking at the factors that you should think about to choose the streaming services that are right for your budget. Steph Keller is a wedding photographer.
This is my wall of photos.
For a well-deserved break, she turns on the TV in her home studio. But the past few years, she says, streaming became just as pricey as her old cable package.
Over $200 to watch TV.
She had YouTube TV until the price jumped to more than $80 a month.
It has a lot of the live channels. However, that got expensive too.
So she slimmed down to a few services like ESPN Plus and
we have Prime Video, comes with your Amazon Prime membership.
And Netflix with commercials for $6.99 a month.
There's one right in the beginning and then there's one in the middle. It's not a big deal.
If you still like the experience of live TV, CNET's Courtney Jackson says start with an affordable live TV streaming service like Philo or Sling TV.
They offer less channels than a service like YouTube TV or Hulu with live TV, but they offer a great starting point in terms of pricing.
She recommends you couple it with an on-demand service that suits your family's needs.
Some services like Peacock and Paramount Plus offer live programming. They offer live sports.
When choosing a service, factor in channel lineup, pricing, features such as free DVR, ads, and sports. Jackson also recommends bundling.
I think we're going to see a lot more bundles to give consumers more choice.
Steph Keller says all her streaming services now add up to less than $30 a month with an antenna for local stations.
Do your research, talk to people, don't be afraid, and save that money. Why not?
And that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Mack.
Show. Thank you all so much for joining us. But of course, we've always have exciting things to cover on the show. And with that said, the big game is around the corner. And if you're hosting, you know how stressful it can be to make sure the snack table is lit, because that's where the action is. We'll give you some healthy tips on how to incorporate some delicious ingredients that are good for you that everybody will enjoy. So we have that and so much more to come. Stay in touch with us online at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget, you can view all your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel at Coastal Living TV Corpus Christi. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.